So the first thing you will need to think about when starting a business is branding. What will your business be called? What will the logo look like? What will your colour scheme be? What do you want potential clients to think about when they see, hear or speak about you? Now, it's always important to have an idea of what you want to call a business, but always think towards the future at the same time. For example, if you decided to call your business Joe Blogs Video, then what happens if you scale up later down the line and hire a workforce and then become a relatively known name? Or think about how it would look on the big screen if you started making feature films. This course is called Cinematic Success, as the primary aim is to help you become successful in cinematography. It has a gold logo which resembles, among other things, passion and luxury. So you should think about why you are calling your business what you are calling it and what that represents. Take Amazon for example. The reason that Jeff Bezos named his bookstore Amazon back in the day was because the Amazon River is the largest river on Earth, and Jeff wanted his bookstore to be the largest bookstore on Earth. One of his early logos even said this in the tagline. Google is another great example. Now in numeracy, a Google is the number 1 followed by 100 zeros, which is a massive number. Now Google chose this name because the search engine's aim was to provide a massive amount of information. A final example is Nike. So in Greek mythology, Nike was the Greek goddess of victory, so naturally a great name for a sports brand aimed at customers who have first place and victory set in their sights. Next, you should think about colour schemes. This is super important as people buy through emotion a lot more than they buy through logic. Naturally, humans are drawn to colours. If I was to ask you to think of a colour for summer, what would you think about? Green maybe? Or if I said think of a colour for winter, most people think of blue. The colour yellow, for example, represents clarity, warmth and happiness. So take Amazon again. If you buy something from Amazon and you know that you're going to get it on the next day, what emotions run through your body? Happiness, clarity and warmth. Red is another great example. Red can symbolise hospitality, friendship and joy. So what better feelings to have when you are sitting on the sofa watching the newest release on Netflix, which by no surprise has a red logo. Jeff Bezos put it very well in a speech once when he said, "Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room." Branding a business is more than just a fancy logo and a well-placed tagline. It's exactly what others think about when the name is mentioned. Potential clients will associate your brand identity with the quality of work from the outset. There's no two ways about it, they just will. So if you're called Joe Blogs Video, for example, then clients may think you are just a one-man band starting out and be less likely to move forward with you. I originally named this course the School of Cinematics, but after asking around, people told me that it sounded too cheesy and low scale, so I had a rethink and came up with Cinematic Success. With an elegant logo and a passion for teaching others what I know, alongside personal mentoring and supporting all things media, I believe that I have a relatively strong brand. Branding is a vital part of starting up any business, and you need to have a plan before you start up. Remember that you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, so your business should be no different. So here's a few things to think about when branding your video business. What do you want people to feel when they see your logo? What do you want people to think about when they hear your business name? What emotions do you want to associate with your brand? What is your ultimate mission for your customer? And finally, what are the key values that you stand by within your business? So that's everything for branding, but if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch.